Hello friends, it's Music Man from his man cave, and you're probably wondering, where you been, man? Where have you been? Well, I had a daughter that was graduating from high school, and so there's a lot's been going on in the last few weeks. I had All-State Music Festival. I had, on top of that, projects that I had to get cleaned up and get done. I completely emptied out my man cave. You can't tell from this angle that I emptied it out, but I did. There's lots of stuff that has gone out of here. I was decluttering my life, and I've been reading. Read 2 books on retirement. One is called Die Broke. It was really good. Though the next one I read was The Millionaire Next Door. I can't remember all the authors of this, so I'm just letting you know. You can find them. I found these at the local library. Then I also found I've read both of Dave Ramsey's books, The Legacy Journey, and also the first book he wrote. He's written 2 of them. And you can probably name them down below. I don't remember the name of them, but I know that both the books have some great ideas. Like I said, Dave Ramsey, most part, he has some really great ideas. There tends to be a little bit of things I don't agree with at the tail end. Now, I'm also reading a book, How to Save in Your End of Days, as you're getting old, like me, the Crypt Keeper. And I picked up a book last night. It's something like You Can Live Comfortably in Retirement. And I picked these all up from the local library. And so I'll show them to you in another video, but I'm just letting you know where I am, what's going on. And so today let's talk about, I'm in that new stage now, the stage of where do I put all this money? You know, it's a terrible problem to have, isn't it? Let's talk about it. Music Man coming at you. Hello, Music Man here, back in his man cave. So we're going to talk about now what? So paid off the house, have no debts, so you go and get some books. And you have this one guy that says that you should make sure you spend every dime. Leave no inheritance at all to your children. And then you have a Christian guy who says that you should store up a huge amounts of wealth, millions upon millions of dollars, and leave it to your children. Okay? Then you have another guy who says if you haven't saved up enough by now, it's too late. You're not going to have a pot to in, you know. And then you have another guy that says the whole system is rigged. The whole system is rigged. You don't have a chance. You might as well just put your money in the bank and spend it because the whole system is rigged. And I'll show you the author of that one. You know, there's no hope. The whole thing on Wall Street is this country's bought and paid for by people that are smarter than you and I, and that we're just basically within the matrix, and there's no way to escape. No matter what you do, they're going to take your money, and you're going to end up broke. There's going to be no Social Security. You're not going to be able to keep your retirement because the economy is going to collapse. So live today and live large because it's all hopeless. Those are fun books to read, are they not? Doom. What happened in 2008 and what happened in the Great Depression was manufactured. It was created to happen. They popped the bubble on purpose. Those guys are a lot of fun. And then, of course, there's some guys right here on YouTube. There's the Mr. Money Mustache, and he's basically very frugal. He believes in living as absolutely light on the earth as you can. He hates cars. He thinks you should all ride bicycles, which I have no problem with riding a bike every now and then, but I ain't going to be riding a bike at 30 below zero, that's for sure. And who else? I've read them all. And there's another guy here. He's living stingy, and he is a homosexual atheist, which makes for some real interesting and enlightening reading from his perspective. He's very, he's good. He's smart in some things that he talks about, but of course, he doesn't believe in God, and he believes that, and he promotes homosexuality throughout his writings. And why would you even waste your time with that guy, Ted? Well, one thing is because he's been through a lot. He's He's an attorney and an engineer, and he's the opposite of me. I am not an engineer type. I'm more the artistic type. He likes to write his blog. I like to speak. I learned some great ideas from him. So all these people, all these different messages coming from all these different books. Oh, there was also this guy, Live on Less. That's what the name of the book was, Live on Less. And he's featured on Oprah Winfrey Show and different shows. And I read his book on Living on Less, Learning to Simplify Your Life. And that was a pretty good read. Pretty good read. A lot of liberal ideas, but not bad. So all of that, what did I come to a conclusion of? I think that you have to take bits and pieces from each one. You can't just say, this guy is the gospel and that guy is crazy, or that guy's the gospel and this guy's crazy. I think the secret to that's coming through, and we're going to talk about all these things, so I'm just giving you some introductory ideas right here. What about the 401k? Are you going to put all that money in there and then the stock market collapse and you lose half of what you put in? How about 401? How about annuities? Something to think about. What about annuities? How about Roth IRAs? Well, what are these? What's a mutual bond, or a blue chip, or a mutual stock market bond, or a blue chip, or all these things? They throw around all these terms, and you're going, what? Okay, that's nice. So you guys have your own vocabulary for this stuff. The bottom line is there's some basic things that we're going to talk about. Number one, it's best to start saving when you're young. I can play catch up, but I could never be as wealthy as somebody in their 20s can be. If they put $50,000 into a savings account in their 20s, they would make more money on compound interest than I would make now maxing everything out into my 50s and 60s. So I got that. That was loud and clear in every book. Number one is save. You got to save money. If you're going to do all right in the future, you've got to save a certain percentage of your money. And you can still live. You can still have a life. You can still go to the movies. You can still, buy yourself a good used car every now and then. But I got a lot of that out of this. And we'll talk more about that and how that works and how you can save there. Decluttering your life, I've started to clean some stuff out, realizing that probably in the next 20, 30 years, it won't be me that's going to be cleaning this stuff out. All it takes is a health crisis, and it'll be my daughters that'll be cleaning this stuff out. So that's going on. Also, movies. I've seen just a few movies that have grabbed my attention. Just a few. I liked and I enjoyed Civil War, but I didn't want to see it again. It was too sad at the end. I didn't like seeing Iron Man and Captain America, battling. I didn't like that. That's not my kind of ending. I didn't like it. Maybe in the next movie it'll improve. I really liked Apocalypse. I was surprised that the critics hating on that movie so much. I enjoyed it. I'm just talking about the movies that stuck with me, that I remember and that I enjoyed. Zootopia, pretty forgetful. I enjoyed it when I was in the theater, but it's not like I had to run out and see it immediately again. Now, I would like to see Apocalypse again. And the concluding one is I took my wife to a movie called Me Before You, about a young woman falling in love with a paraplegic, or a quadriplegic. And so I'll talk to you guys about these things. So I'm still here. Everything's going well. I'm just in a new phase of my life, and I don't want to make the same mistakes and be stupid with money that I made back in the past. Going into retirement, I don't want to put my stuff into high-risk investments or things and watch my money just completely evaporate. But I also don't want to not put enough away so that if I have a health crisis or something comes up later down the line, I'm caught off guard and everything just crumbles around me. So there's that moderation. And I think that's the key you're going to hear from me in the coming months, is moderation, as we talk about, and you go with me on this journey, talking about now looking at retirement. And you should be looking at your at retirement in your 20s. But now I'm looking at retirement in my late 40s. So how does this go? What should you look at? How should you live? How frugal is too frugal? Mr. Money and Mustache is too frugal for me. Just the guy, I like his ideas. I read his blogs, but he just goes too far off the deep end. And he's an atheist and an evolutionist, which, you know, that's okay. I mean, if I can read Living Stingy, that's atheist homosexual, then I can read, you know, Mr. Money Mustache, who's just basically an atheist, and he's an environmentalist, obviously. I have no problem with that. You get some good ideas there. So, should you take any of these people? Absolutely, as they're the one that I'm going to listen to, and they're the one that I'm going to do exactly what they say. My advice is no. Don't do it. Do not take just one of these books and go, I'm going to follow this guy to the letter. Especially the guy that everything's doomed, that everything's rigged. You might as well not save. You might as well live today and enjoy today, because tomorrow we all die. I like die broke. I think that giving your kids money now while you're alive, and being generous while you're alive, and dying, and literally the pallbearer gets the last of your money. I think that's a great idea. I enjoyed that one. I think that's a really good idea. Give it all away. I like that. I like the give it all away ideas. I think that's the best way to live. It kind of frees you up. You cannot have an attitude of discontentment and be a generous, giving person. I got a lot of that out of this. Anyway, I'm back. We'll have a lot of fun this summer. We'll talk about some different things. Next thing I do is I'll do a review on these movies that I remember. If I don't remember them, they're not worth reviewing for me. And you can tell me what I missed and what I should have gone to the movie theater to see, because a lot of movies I haven't seen, and that's just part of my budget. But I did pick up American Sniper that I'm going to watch today from the library. We'll see if I ever get around to watching it. Music Man, signing off. Good to be back. Sorry about the last couple of months. Been kind of busy. Take care. Bye.